Hello everyone, I am Poulomi Chottoraj. So I am going to present the indoor propagation model. So first of all, I introduce the wireless communication is the transfer of the information between two or more points that are not connected by an electrical conductor. A message is transmitted through from the transmitter in open space by the EM wave calls the radio waves. As we know, the radio waves are the radiated from the transmitter in the open space through a device called an antenna. And this antenna, the receiving antenna, that intercepted the radio waves at the receiver. So that during these transmissions, some losses occurs between the transmitter and the receiver is known as the propagation path loss. So what is the path loss? Path loss is unwanted reduction in the power of the signal which is transmitted. And the path loss may be the arising by various effects such as a reflection, diffraction and scattering. So the what is the path loss factors? Path loss factors are the reflection, diffraction and the scattering. So firstly, we're going to talking about the reflection. The reflection occurs when waves encounters the surface of the earth, building and the walls. Next, what is the diffraction? The diffraction occurs when the propagating electromagnetic waves encounters at the edges of an impenetrable the body. And what is the scattering? Scattering occurs when waves encounters by the rough surface small obstacles. Next, what is a radio wave propagation? It is an empirical mathematical formulation to characterize the behavior of the radio waves as a function of the frequency, surrounding environment and the distance. And this is a several different types of the propagation we are used in the practical radio transmission system. The most common approximation use the ray tracing technique that approximate the propagation of the electromagnetic waves by the representing the wave fronts at the simple particles. This simplest ray tracing model is a two-ray that's model LOS plus N loss, which accurately describes the signal propagation when there is no direct path between the transmitter and the receiver and one the reflected path. So the basic division of the propagation model. So that the division the two types, that is the outdoor propagation model and secondly is an indoor propagation model. So next we talk about the indoor propagation model. The indoor propagation model that the distance covered are the very much smaller and the variability of the environment is much greater, and there is the key variables also there as the layout of the building, construction materials, building type, where the antenna mounted, and then that's etc so on. In general, indoor channels may be classified either as loss or OBS with a varying degree of the clutter. These loss between floors of the building are determined by the external dimensions and the material of the building as well as the type of the constructions used to create the floors and the external surrounding. And this is a floor attenuation factor, that's the called FAF shortly, and this is also the Partial losses. So why indoor models? So the outdoor models are not accurate for the indoor scenarios like home, shopping mall, office building, etc. That the indoor radio channel differs from the traditional mobile radio channel. And firstly, distance covered is much smaller. The variability of the environment is always greater for the much smaller for the tier separation distances. The indoor propagation model at the radio propagation model, that's also called, that estimates the path loss inside a room or the closed area inside the building delimited by walls of any form. We also see that the indoor propagation model divides into the three. What is the first? The first is the ITU indoor path loss model. Second is the log distance path loss model, and third one is the Ericsson multiple breakpoint model. So here we discuss about the similarity and the difference between the indoor and the outdoor propagation. The many similarities in this indoor and outdoor propagation, they are the reflection, scattering, diffraction, that's always occurs in indoor and outdoor propagation. And the difference in the condition, that's the difference. There's the doors, windows open or not. Here the difference between the indoor and the outdoor propagation, and the mounting place of the antenna like the desk, ceiling, etc. And the level of the floors is also the difference between the indoor and the outdoor propagation. Next we have to discuss ITU indoor path loss model. That's to predict propagation path loss inside buildings. The average path loss in dB is that the mathematical function, the L loss equals to 20 log 10F plus N log 10D plus LF N minus 28. Here the L is the total path loss, where you can see unit, that's a unit is a decibel, that's also called the dB, and F is the frequency of the transmission, and here is the unit. So here is the unit is a megahertz, that's MHZD, and D is the distance, and what is an unit? Here unit is the meter, and the distance power loss coefficient N is the number of the floors between the transmitter and the receiver, that's always PFN, that the floor has a penetration factor. Next we discuss about the log distance path loss model. So what is the log distance path loss model? The log distance path loss model is a radio propagation model that predicts the path loss a signal encounters inside a building or densely populated areas over distance. Next we talk about the Ericsson model. This is obtained by the measurement in the multiple floor office building that has the 4 breakpoints and considers both and the upper and the lower bound on the path loss. The models also assumes that there is a 30 dB attenuation. This is DO is 1 meter. And that is an accurate for the F equals to, that's F is a frequency, F is the 90 megahertz. Next we talk about the Parsition losses. The Parsition losses, that's the slim floor. And next we talk about the Parsition losses between floors, and next the signal penetration into the buildings. Next, what is the Parsition loss? That's the meaning of the same floor. That's the building have the wide variety of the partitions and the obstacles which form the internal and the external structure. The partitions that are formed as part of the building structure are called the hard partitions, and partitions that may be moved and which do not span to the ceiling are called the soft partitions. So what is the soft partitions? That which do not span to the ceiling are called the soft partitions. Next, that's a conclusion. We confirmed that the signal quality is worse than when there is a large floating population in the same indoors. The measurement at the rate of the 1% means that the signal quality is bad, and the measurement value at 50% of the time rate indoors and outdoors was similar to average the total measurement value. And that's the reference. Thank you. Thank you for this attention.